Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Hope you're all well. Hope you haven't had too much snow, although we're expecting quite a bit. It snowed quite heavy where we are. It's come down constant all day, but it's not stuck or anything. It's pretty clear out there. So, but apparently we're supposed to be expecting about 16 inches of snow between now and dinner time Friday. But we'll see what happens anyway. Right, you're not interested in that, and I'm not really interested in it. We're back with a beer review now, and it's one that I picked up the other day from Morrison's, and it's a collaboration beer. It's also a non-alcoholic beer, and half of the collaboration I've never had anything from. So what we've got is from Mash Gang, which is a brewery I've never had anything from, and Northern Monk. And we've got a can of their, I don't even know what it's called, it just says American Pale Ale. Yeah, it's just an American Pale Ale, coming in at 0.5%. Nice artwork, 440ml can, and this was part of a 4 for 3. But individually, it would have been £2.50. So I thought I'd give it a go, because it's something different. So, glass at the ready. Let's get it cracked open and see what we get. You might get the old cat sticking its nose in here and there, as she does. So yes, this should be interesting. Should be interesting. Something a little bit different as well, isn't it? I'm certain I'm getting a little whiff of something there. That sort of typical American Pale Ale sort of aroma, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. To be honest, I was getting a whiff of that beforehand. But when I bought this, it was sticky, so whether another can had gone and, you know, I had wiped it, but whether there's a smell on it, I don't know. Anyway, beer in a glass. Yep. Hazy, sort of, it's almost like a murky sort of orange lemon colour. We got a nice sort of finger of white head, pretty compact. I'm sure there's plenty of bubbles going up, but I can't see any. So let's stop waffling on. Let's dive in on the nose and see what we get. Yeah. Very much sort of American sort of pale ale. Certainly ones I've had anyway. Definitely a bit of pineapple in there. Pineapple, passion fruit. Maybe a little bit of grapefruit as well. There's a sweetness in there, sort of mixed in with a bitterness as well on the nose. But it smells pretty decent. It smells hoppy as well. You certainly get the hops in there. It smells decent. So let's dive in on Mash Gang and Northern Monk's American Pale Ale, 0.5%. Cheers. Okay. 0% is always hard. Right, 0% is always hard, isn't it? They're never going to be as big or as bold as an alcoholic beer, are they? But the body of this beer is pretty decent. But saying that, back end of the mouthful is feeling a little bit watery. But the initial body of the beer is pretty decent to start off with. It's quite well carbonated. It is pretty fizzy. But as you drink it, the body does seem a little bit lighter. It's not the smoothest of beers or the softest. Taste-wise though, it does have that American Pale Ale feel to it. But it also feels quite light in flavour, almost a little bit wishy-washy. I'm still going to go with pineapple, passion fruit and grapefruit in it. Gentle bitterness. But See, I'm it's hard to look at this beer, even knowing that it's 0%. It's hard to look at it and not realise that once you've drunk a bit, it is thin and it is watery. It's hard to drink as much of it, you know, to drink this much and not realise the flavours are kind of watered down and what have you. But what they have done is they've got the flavours there. For me, it does resemble an American Pale Ale in taste. It is a bit light, it is a bit wishy-washy. I mean, I've had worse, to be honest. I've had worse sort of session IPA. So I suppose to a certain extent, they've done a decent job of this. You know, if they can get it to match something that's like 4%, well, yeah, they've done their job. But saying that, that doesn't mean they're matching a decent 4% beer. What they're matching is a 4% beer that isn't very good. So yeah, for me, would I recommend it? Well, I wouldn't pick it up again. I wouldn't pick it up again. But if you're somebody who doesn't drive and you like the feel of having a beer, I'd maybe say give it a go. But for me, although it sort of does what it does, it's not one I'd rush back to be honest. Yeah, so they're my thoughts on it. I'm going to leave it up to you. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again soon on another one. Excuse me, gassy.